Hey guys, welcome back to dezandfoxplay. I'm Dez and this is home. I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet except for a faint sound of a television. Norm! Norm, we're buddies. Norm? You here, man? Hey, Norm! The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. It looked like I couldn't just pop it open. It needed a key. There was a bit of blood on the keyhole. Oh my gosh. Did I just go on a murdering spree? Like, what is going on here? Oh, and everything's just so creaky. Why? Oh, there's blood on the floor. Why is there blood on the floor? Okay, we're gonna check out the bloody room after we check out the not bloody room. What the hell? One of Rachel's old autumn coats hung on the rack. That was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was this doing there? Uh-oh. A speck of something dark and wet stained one of the sleeves. Ooh, okay. Inside the cabinet was a small but impressive collection of hunting rifles, shotguns, and even a few items I didn't think were legal here. One of the slots on the rack was empty. The gun I had found seemed to match the others there. The handgun was Norman's. What was he doing with it? Oh my gosh! Is the body Norman? Ah, okay. So, were Norman and my wife, like, going off to the factory to philander with one another, and then I found them and killed them? Like, what is going on? Okay. The gun would fit there. Did I place it back in the cabinet? Oh my gosh. Okay, I could get rid of the gun. I could just put it back. But do I need it for protection? Oh gosh, guys, do I put the gun back in the cabinet? I don't want the gun anymore, but I feel like putting it back in the cabinet is like trying to hide evidence. I'm putting it back. I'm doing it. I carefully pushed the piece back in place and felt a great burden lifted. Oh, good. That's good. Alright. Norman, what were you doing with all these? Okay, good. We got rid of the gun. So now we have no more weapons on us, which I feel like if I want to make sure that I am looking innocent, that makes me look more innocent. Oh, I'm so nervous about going into this room. What was this? It looked like a pool chain hanging from the ceiling. I wonder where it led. Did I pull the chain? Not yet. We will in a second. Too afraid to see what was up there myself. Maybe it was for the best. No, I'll pull it in a sec here. Oh, no! I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my coworker, and one of the few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been shot trying to get up. His eyes were wide with shock, though they were already drying. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? Norman, maybe you deserve better. You probably did. Did I close his eyes? Yeah, for sure. I closed his eyelids down, shuddering as I did so. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace, or I just couldn't stand to think any more about what was going on. I hope to hell Rachel had nothing to do with that mess. For sure. Let's turn this off. TV still flickered some indecipherable channel. I couldn't make out what was on the screen, but that glow just gave me the chills. Okay. Let's go and check the attic. I want to see if there's any information. Gave the chain a single tug, and a simple folding ladder to the attic popped down. Okay. So that's the way down. What is all of this? He's got newspaper clippings and whatnot. There was a large cardboard box that hadn't been sealed. Did I open it? Sure. I opened up the old cardboard box and wasn't entirely surprised by what I saw. There were more of Rachel's things, more of my wife's clothes. Okay, in a box in the attic is totally different, because that would make me think that he was taking our old stuff. Photos, shoes, even that old radio I gave her. Why, Rachel? What were you doing here with Norman? Okay. Or, theory. Ready? I am crazy. Rachel and Norman have been together. They are the happily married couple. I am the old friend, but living alone and being unsuccessful, like my old buddy from the plant, and then the plant was given up, and I was super poor and had nothing, but Norman got married, had a shop, and I had a psychotic break, and I kind of inserted myself into Norman's life. Like, I wanted to be Norman, and so I went crazy. Then I passed out, and I'm now waking up, and in my brain, the psychotic break had made me convince myself that Rachel was married to me, that I had Norman's life, and Norman had my life, and now here I am. That would explain a lot of things. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from 2 cups still there in the wood. See? 2 cups. I'd never been to Norman's place before. At least I didn't remember ever doing so. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. Didn't dig through that mess, did I? No, I'm not gonna dig through the trash. I was already filthy and exhausted. Didn't want to keep rooting around in garbage. Did I? Guys, should I look through the garbage? Yeah, because I really like this theory right now. I want to see if there's, like, more stuff in there, like meals for 2 or something. Found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash and pocketed it. Oh, so I could pick a lock. Alright. Oh, Norman. Norman. Did I go crazy and try and steal your life? Is this where I came from? Yes. Okay. I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet, except for a faint sound of a television. I needed to check that place out to see if I could find Norman or get help. I did find Norman. I used the hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. I never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. The register was mostly empty, and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. Were you thinking of going somewhere with Rachel, Norman? So I'm fairly well convinced that they had an affair now. That is, if my theory isn't correct. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. What was the matter, Norman? Cheated on your hydro bills too? There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. It had been weeks since I had last seen Norman, and finding him that way still left me cold. Thinking of him slumped against that chair only cemented my reassurance in getting rid of that gun. Good, I'm glad I did. It looked like someone had taken that piece from his store, But why was it in those tunnels? As I stepped outside, I recalled that dusty old box of clothes in Norman's attic. I felt like I had only discovered more questions, no answers. But I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. Alright, so I'm about to get back to my house. Okay, so but which one is mine? Is this just like infinitely going? No, okay. We're gonna take the third one, because I can. No idea where I am right now. Oh my gosh, okay. The neighbor's local post box. A letter was sticking out as if someone hadn't pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but did I look at the letter? Oh, it's not mine. I left the letter right where it was. The neighborhood mail wasn't my problem, for sure. So many doors. Oh, that doesn't look good. I had entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I had blood in my backyard. Why? I was expectant, but also afraid. Is that more blood? Oh, what is that? I held my breath as I approached our back door. I was terrified to step inside. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and strained. I flicked the light switch by the door. The power was off. I remembered having breakfast here on this very table. Was that yesterday or maybe sometime before? The table was clean. It hadn't been used any time recently. Oh, man. Look and see, there's only one chair around this table. There was a small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why hadn't Rachel picked this up? Most of the contents were bills. There was a credit card bill there. Did I open it? Yeah, sure. I ripped the bill open and read it. To my surprise, it said something about canceling my credit card due to non-payment. Oh my gosh. See? This is making more sense now. So, I can't afford my credit card bill, so I had to cancel my credit card. There's only one chair. Nobody's there to clean up because Rachel doesn't actually live here. Rachel lives with Norman. Door to the basement. It was locked. Where did I put the key? The front door was locked from inside. Couldn't go out though. I needed to see if Rachel was here. Alright, so let's head up. Okay, I want to look at the photos, because even right there, that photo looks like it only has one person in it. Same with that, but I don't know. Man, this guy's got a 3-story house. Must be nice. I had found the last missing piece from my wallet. The old photo of Rachel, and Rachel and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. It didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. Did I keep it anyway? Yeah. I replaced the photo in my wallet, feeling like I had got part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why had I thrown it away? Did she leave me for Norman? Oh, no. Our television. I had purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterward, but by then it was too late. Rachel was pretty angry about that, I realized. Oh, maybe she left me after I lost my job and she went to Norman. Oh my gosh. That would be pretty cold-blooded on her part. Door was stuck. Old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. Our hallway mirror had been smashed, its pieces scattered around the floor. I couldn't really make myself out anymore. I wasn't sure I wanted to. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, we're not going into the bloody room yet. We're just going in here. The books there were half mine, half Rachel's. Hey, now that I look more closely, it looked like the man in that house had some of the same books as I did. Interesting. One book in particular seemed a bit odd. I remembered owning it, but not that edition. Okay. Ah, man. My wife's, Rachel's suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed, but I had a feeling what was in it. Did I open it? Yep. Rachel's suitcase contained clothes, toiletries, and a train ticket. Is this what you were going to do with Norman? Oh, Rachel, why? We're really going to run away with Norman? Was I really such a monster? Oh, no. Okay. What is going on here? This door first. Okay, no blood in here yet. My laptop had been left on and only had a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the top of my drawer desk. Can I take it? Yeah. I pocketed the key. The laptop was warm. It had been running for a while. Alright, let's see what's in that room, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh, Rachel. No, okay, interesting. Our sink, which needed to be replaced. One of the taps always stuck, but I hadn't got around to fixing it yet. That old house was charming for sure, but it wasn't always easy. Okay. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old claw-footed bathtubs. It seemed impractical at times, but it was part of what made that house home. Interesting. So I have a key now. Let's go check that door. The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. Did I not? Okay. I just got a key, though. Was there a different door that was locked that I needed a key? Oh, the basement. That's right. I unlocked the basement door. There were old Christmas decorations in the box. I couldn't even remember our last Christmas. The garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key in there. Did I take the key? Yes. I took the small key and tried to remember what I unlocked. It looked like there was plaster and old trowel in there too. Okay, plaster and an old trowel. Remember we walked in that room and the whisper in my ear, and there was a skeleton that was behind a wall. It's like Edgar Allan Poe and the cask of Amontillado, or something like that. Anyway, oh my gosh, did we bury somebody in there? Ah! There were old clothes, tools, and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. We had way too much junk. I had put up this divider wall last summer so we could create a separate room in the basement. Hadn't finished yet, so the door was stuck, and the drywall was poorly installed. Might have been able to break through if I found something heavy enough. Okay. So let's go open that one room again. Now that we have the key for it. The grimy key I had found in the basement unlocked the door. It looked like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here? There was an old crowbar on the floor. Did I need to take the crowbar? Yeah, that's what's going to get us through the basement. I lifted the heavy crowbar. I appreciated its weight. Oh my gosh. Why was there a crowbar in here? Alright guys, we're about to see what's on the other side of this basement, but we're going to see next time. So thank you guys for watching, for subscribing. Let me know what you think is going on. Put in the comments what your thoughts on well, what's happening here is. I'm sticking with... I think I'm changing my mind. I think I'm going with the same starting situation where we lost our jobs and then Norm started doing well, but I did not. But then Rachel left me for Norm, but this happened a while back. And then I had some sort of psychotic break and I was not doing well. And so I, had the psychotic break and kind of reverted back to the old life and was now panicking like, oh, you took my wife. And then I killed her, or him, and whatever. I don't know. So we'll see. We're going to keep looking next time. See you guys then. Bye.